Preparation for the opening of classes this June, the Department of Trade and Industry once again sets off its campaign to keep a close watch on the prices and quality of school supplies in the market. Joining us now to tell us more about this is Ferdinand Manfoste. He's the officer in charge of DTI NCR. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, give us an update on your monitoring activities.
Actually, the DTI is right now regularly monitoring school supplies, particularly in the mall area, in bookstores, and even the Busoria area. We have observed negligible increase in prices, perhaps basically because there was no factor which necessitates an increase in the prices. Only those notebooks and pencils which carries or bears new designs, perhaps they now are cost much higher than before. Because of the designs.
But that's good news. I mean, telling us that there hasn't been much of an increase from last year of how much these school supplies are costing.
Yes. But on the overall, there are no negligible increases in prices.
Okay, how do you go about first monitoring the prices of these school supplies?
Actually, we based it on the suggested retail price as issued by the manufacturers. They usually issue to DTI. They suggest there's proposed suggested retail prices, and we sort of process them or evaluate them if these are reasonable, and then we give them the go signal to release it for public consumption.
So they actually ask for your approval first before they come out with
yes,
the SRP?
Definitely. For us to make sure that these are really reasonable and they are really justified to make such an increase. So these are now disseminated to all the markets, particularly the department stores and bookstores, and likewise in all the schools. We come up with posters. DTI comes up with posters and disseminate these posters to all schools and even offices.
Right. That would be my next question. For consumers, how do they know what the SRP is? Where do they go? Where do they look for it?
But, primarily, these are on the web. It's on the web of DTI, dtincr.ph.
One way is from the web, okay.
To the web. And another one is they can call our hotline 751-3330 to confirm the price list for this particular lineup of school supplies. And of course, as I've said earlier, we've come up with posters which are disseminated and being posted in different public places, so the consumers can now have a guide on the prices of different school supplies.
Right, because that would be a one concern. Even if the manufacturers come up with an SRP that was approved by the DTI, there's going to be some changes in the prices when it gets to the distributors. The distributors will give it their own pricing, and some of them are going to take advantage of the situation with the opening of classes soon, and they will increase their prices. A big difference from the SRP. So consumers would need that basis, where to look for those prices, what should be the SRP for a specific product.
Yes, you're right. Hence, DTI always comes up with suggested retail prices every year before the school opening, so the consumers and especially the parents will be guided now in purchasing the requirements of the students.
Okay, so the SRPs are going to be posted on the web, the DTI webpage. They can call the DTI hotline, and there are going to be posters put up in different places where you can buy school supplies.
Yes, and in addition to that, of course, DTI goes around. Actually, the whole DTI nationwide goes around during these times of April to May and June to monitor products, particularly prices of school supplies. So there won't be, we somehow limit abuses of entrepreneurs regarding pricing.
Do you just focus on the big establishments like malls and bookstores?
No, we even go to wet markets. As I've said earlier, we've even gone to Divisoria.
Right.
Those particularly peddling along the streets of Tabora and other streets of
Oh,
Divisoria.
okay. Now let's talk about quality. We've been talking about price, but the quality. What would be the standard in the standards for different products? How do you monitor that?
Actually, the Bureau of Product Standards is one of the organic units of DTI. Came up with a Philippine National Standard for School Supplies. No? It emphasizes safety and quality of school supplies. So now these are being followed by manufacturers. Although this is voluntary in nature, but this somehow limits them to comply with in terms of the minimum requirements of the standards. And this may be used for consumer complaints relative to the quality and the safety of school supplies. So particularly toxicity of substance used in Crayola or even pencils or even ball pens. So these are being used to somehow be the basis for complaints whenever they observe such toxicity of substances.
Okay, for toxicity, how would a consumer know if a certain product is safe? Like for crayons, do they have the mixture, the ingredients of how this was made and how much of this ingredient was used in making this product to know if it is safe for their kid or not?
Although this is now a jurisdiction of DOH, but here comes where the labeling is very important for consumers. They should be very particular about labeling and how does the labeling tell them regarding the ingredients, particularly on toxicity or the substance used in the production of these different products. No? So this somehow give them, as part of the provision of the Consumer of the Philippines, which is RA 7581, and under the jurisdiction of the Department of Health, they come up with this sort of limit. So they'll be able to identify whether these school supplies really conform to the standards relative to toxicity of substances.
Okay, you mentioned labeling. What are the important things that a consumer should look at when buying school supplies? Notebooks, crayons, pencils.
Particularly when it comes to labeling, as provided by the law, Consumer of the Philippines, there should be a minimum requirement on the label, particularly notebooks. When we go over the back side of the notebook, it should already state the manufacturer, the address, so we'll be able to identify whom to complain when we are not satisfied with these products. But for Crayola, of course, the trademark, the brand name, it says there, of course, the number of the sticks,
number of pieces,
yes. Likewise, the pencil, if it's in terms of hardness, if it's 1 or 2 or 3. In terms of ball pen, the tip classification, whether it's extra fine, should be fine, or medium, or broad. And of course, it should always contain the name and address of the manufacturer. So you'll be able to go back to them whenever we're not satisfied with the product.
Okay, when you're talking about people who are not satisfied with what they bought, do we go directly to the manufacturer or do we go through the DTI to complain?
We have this venue with DTI that we process consumer complaints. No? The venues can be online, to the web, to our DTI website. We accept such complaints, or it can be walk-in. They can go to the office and file their complaint. We have forms for them to fill up, or even phone in, or even entertain, or even through our DTI Direct, the 7513330. It already accepts complaints through phone.
Do you still have those DTI booths inside malls in different establishments?
Yes, the business service centers inside SM malls are still there, and likewise in satellite local government units within Metro Manila, the 17 cities and municipality. So these venues can accept and process their complaints, and this will be referred to DTI no, in the long run. And we have another mechanism, which is the consumer welfare desk.
Right.
The consumer welfare desks are actually established in the malls or even in other business establishments where consumers can now file, can go and file their complaints on different products.
Okay, panakat lang natin, sir. What would be the penalties for those establishments or stores that are caught overpricing? Talagang ang layo dun sa SRP na.
Actually, up to 300,000 pesos penalty, will be charging to violators of these standards or provisions of Consumer Act. So, more or less, this already posed to them this, that the government is really, really true to its mandate to go after these violators.
Okay, again, the DTI address on the web?
It's dtancr.ph. Actually, that is the DTI NCR. But for the whole DTI, it's dti.gov.ph.
dti.gov.ph. Okay.
DTI NCR is dtincr.ph.
No dash, it's just DTI NCR.
Yeah, diretso siya.
Okay.
And of course, the trunk line or the DTI direct is the 751-3330.
Okay, Mr. Ferdinand Manfoste, the officer in charge of DTI NCR. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.